Look at the front pages of your newspapers on this Friday morning. Okay, let's start off with the business day. All right, this talking about crunch time looms for new look Eskom. Eskom could be broken up into two state-owned recommendations, state-owned companies, if the cabinet accepts the recommendations of President Cyril Ramaphosa's expert task team. So this could be a very interesting story to have a look at. Then we've also got the SABC halting a retrenchment plan pending the skills audit. It announced yesterday that it halts move to retrench more than 2,000 permanent staff and freelancers pending that skills audit. Now, do stay tuned. We have both unions that are represented here at the SABC are going to talk to us in a short while. So we'll take that story further for you. And then Rand surges. Rand surge raises hope of steady interest rates. The Rand's flying start to 2019 has increased the chance of the Reserve Bank keeping rates on hold for until late in the year. So that's the business day. Let's move on to the next paper now. And the Citizen taking a look at gun control chaos danger. Gosh, that's an interesting one that they won. You can have a look at that one. I can't unfortunately read the print there, but Solly goes out with a splash. That's another one that they've got. And that's okay. Well, there you go. That's the front page of the Citizen. I'm struggling. And then, of course, that tragic story of the Chief Star, tragic end for Chief Star. The Mail and Guardian doing some exposés. They've got the 12 billion, the amount Bosasa raked in from 10,000 payments by the state so far. This is incredible. Just under 10,000 invoices reveal how facilities management company Bosasa spread its tentacles into every corner of the state, including education, catering, database management and juvenile detention centers, amassing more than 12 billion rand in just over a decade. This goes into huge details over here, and the cost in lives, tragic story of the toddler who was sent to the Bosasa-run Lindela Repatriation Center and then never made it out alive. So Mail and Guardian really focusing in on Bosasa in their weekly edition. So take a look at that. This is the Sowetan. Crash ends rising Miyiwa's career. This devastating story of teenage Kaizer Chiefs midfielder, now wheelchair bound after a spinal cord injury. Motang says youngster will always be part of the club and will be supported. So that was during a press conference yesterday. And then, of course, the story of Pitch Black Afro, this court that's going on where it says Pitch Black Afro cloned blood from wife's murder scene. Goodness me. Sorry, not cloned, cleaned blood, I beg your pardon. This was according to the NPA during the trial. So that case still going on. And Jiba and Hwebi sabotaged investigations. That is according to Hofmeyer. Okay, and then finally we take a look at the Star. Gwedi Magwetla also hopped aboard the Bosasa gravy train. Gee whiz. Okay, we've been talking about this, and this is seriously not... It's just every day, as I mentioned a bit earlier, there seems to be another name brought up in this entire saga. And this time we heard the name of Gwedi Mantashe, several top ANC leaders, in fact, including its national chairperson, Gwedi Mantashe, a national executive committee member, Tabang Magwetla and Mvulo Mokonyane, allegedly had hundreds of thousands of rands worth of sophisticated security installations in their private homes funded by Bosasa. The Commission into State Capture heard yesterday how Bosasa, now known as African Global Operations, paid for the installation of CCTV cameras and perimeter lighting at Mantashe's Boksburg home, and the article goes on to reveal more. Please call me protesters. See red over Vodacom's payment stance. We know that one. And then Klipspruit school protests racially driven. SAHRC fine. So that's the front page of the Star. And I think that wraps up your newspapers. There we go. That wraps up your newspapers for this morning. Let's take a break. And as I say, we've got the SABC unions in studio with us. We'll be talking about the cancellation of the retrenchment process. But what does this mean? And, it's still financial difficulties at the SABC. And where to from here? Do stay tuned.